guys, we're here with Ben from Neighborhood Services, Property Standards. All right, what are we doing today? We're up in the attic, if you can't tell. So what are we gonna be working on today?
We're gonna look at some just routine AC maintenance, just some tips that will help you get through the hot summer without issues with your AC. Most ACs are gonna have this little cabinet here that's got your air filter in it. You just wanna make sure you change that air filter. At the very least, twice a year. Some people like to do it once a month, you know. If you've got 3 dogs or 3 cats or something like that, you got a little bit more stuff going on.
Maybe 2 dogs, 3 cats.
There you go. Maybe you need to change yours
once a month.
Yeah, once a month is probably better. The type of filter you can buy, there's a lot of, it's like everything else. There's really cheap ones and there's really expensive ones. Typically myself, I like to go for the medium because every now and then you can get one that's just too good of a filter, and everything's about airflow. And so if it's too good of a filter, the air's not flowing through well enough, and it's gonna, your AC is not gonna work as efficiently. This is the condensation drain line. This is as the AC is working over the summer, it gets hot, it produces a lot of condensation. What we tell people to do is you can come up here and, depending on what you want to do, bleach or white vinegar, just pour like a cup of that down this condensation line. That's why it's open here. It's got a space for you to do that. You can pour that down. It keeps that clear, kills any of that bacteria, prevents that stuff from growing and creating a clog. Those are just 2 simple tips that you can use to make sure your AC is running properly.
All right, Ben, so what are we looking for on the outside of our house?
So one thing to look for on, like I said, especially if you get a newer house, is these little pipes up here. We just call them auxiliary drains. If you notice, they're in front of a window, and that's for a reason. It's so you can see them. Before that buildup happens and it starts flooding everything, they'll start coming out here. Unfortunately, just a lot of people ignore them and just think, it's just water that's coming out. But actually, it's a sign, it's a signal for you to say, hey, look, you need to go check your AC line and make sure that it's not clogged anymore.
Wow. Now we're back here in front of the units. What do we need to be looking for here?
So again, when we talked about airflow up there, this is a really good example. No hedges around it, nothing, like I said, you just want really good airflow. A lot of people will try and hide them with hedges, but then they let those hedges get too close and there's no airflow in there. So you just want to make sure that the area around it's nice and clear and clean. Run a water hose over them to clear off any dust or debris like that. You've got AC shutoffs back there. I don't know if you can really see them, but just make sure that those are in good shape. There's not exposed wires or anything. That's where if something is going crazy with your AC, you can come out here and just flick that switch real quick and shut it off. A lot of this is just coming and taking a look at the equipment that you've got. Don't just assume it's going to run really good just on its own.
All right, sounds good, Ben. Thanks for giving us all these tips for keeping our ACs nice and cool.
Sure.